as Bhattacharya Muchi said, essentially, you need only a clothing to cover yourself and 3 meals, or maybe 2 meals, and a place to kind of dwell that protects you from the weather. Otherwise, rest is extra. Nothing, even if you have the wealth of Namtu say, Zambala, you cannot, use it more than what you cannot wear double and triple layers of clothes, or you cannot eat, 3 persons' food, or you cannot actually sleep in 3 different bedrooms simultaneously. So, it's this Kogu Sanja Gogu Chimangdo Suma, as Jamgon Kongtrul Lodro Thaye has said, even all my needs are covered, my desire has exponentially increased. That's how I have lost all my life and time being busy, and being lost, basically, and waste. That would not happen. The only way to save that, even with a great incentive person to practice and disposition to be a great practitioner, without the impermanence and death contemplations, without the precious human birth, and particularly in this case, without the contemplations on the impermanence and death, one cannot have that kind of appropriate, needed renunciation to stay simple and dochung chokshi, with the little needs and much contentment. So you need, even Milarepa needed practice of impermanence and death, particularly seeing his own, home, how that was all, destroyed, and the field was all kind of a grass, wild grass growing, and his mother was even buried in the collapse of the old home that was once, the biggest and the greatest and the most kind of famous and visited home in the village that he grew up was just ruined. Seeing that gave him the kind of a deep renunciation. None of those matters at all, and therefore, he would never sort of hanker for that, and he would only go for the true meaning of life, which is to realization, and stay as an sort of a yogin. Afterwards, when Miller became great Siddha, how many homes were offered, how many actually goals were offered, how many, treasures were offered. Miller kept none because of that one experience that he had of going back to his home and seeing everything in that state. So even someone like a Miller, who has a great incentive to be a practitioner, great disposition to be a renunciant, still needs, a life experience of impermanence and death, or contemplations every day to sort of really keep yourself, simple, keep yourself much more content. and keep yourself much more within in the boundary of not overstretching yourself with all the ways that you could and get distracted and get lost. So, out of all the footprints of the animals in the jungle, the elephant footprint is the greatest footprint of all, biggest. So it's like that. Out of all of the ndushis, all of the reflections, the impermanence and death is the greatest reflection of all, what the Buddha has said. Impermanence and death, and reflection on the impermanence and death for a minute, sincerely and deeply, that also bringing your mind more towards your own kind of life, not thinking about outside and others, thinking about yourself. This me, this very me, today, who is alive here, tomorrow is going to be, dead. And tomorrow, when I'm dead, I would not have any of, my home, my possessions, my family, friends, and my this world. Not all of that is not going to be there, but I'm not going to even have my own body, this very body that I came with in this world. I'm not going to have that. That kind of, deep kind of self-reflection. And there, when my consciousness travels like a hair being pulled out of a butter. When hair is, in Tibet, they make a butter out of the ghee milk. And then, of course, the ladies or the animals' hairs gets mixed in. So when you see a hair in the butter bowl, when you take the hair comes out very kind of neatly, without any tiniest butter being kind of attached to the hair. Like that, your only consciousness will have to leave from this world, and the rest have to be lived here. No matter, it doesn't matter how much you have worked so hard, no matter how much you have paid for it, no matter how precious it is and valuable it is, and how much it actually sort of like has an worth to kind of secure your interest and secure your life and secure your this or that or this or that. When you are gone, you are gone. None of that is going to do anything. Only that follows you is a sunam and sunam maimba, all the various positive deeds and all the various negative deeds that is imprinted in the aliyah, that is now there in the imprint, that will have to ripe with the conditions. So that's going to only. And then whatever the training, whatever the habituation, whatever the state of mind that you have kind of constructed in this life, that's going to be with you.